Well, he's the highest graded offensive lineman for the Buffalo Bills the last 7 years. He's on his way to a Hall of Fame level. 7 years in the NFL, 3 Pro Bowls. He doesn't miss games. And now he's got his own podcast studio, so this guy's a player. Dion Dawkins, Bills offensive tackle, joins us every year. And look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at that. Holy moly, you got like you're like a mogul.
What's up, man?
How you doing? So I got to ask you, what's happened with Buffalo, and I've said this before, you guys break my heart every year, but this year feels different. And the reason it feels different, Dion, I think you have a better run game. I think you last year added another tight end. I feel like the offense is got more chess pieces. That me watching, does it feel like that to you?
Yes, I would say that our team has more chess pieces. That's a beautiful way to put it. Our team has a whole board of pieces that can be moved and placed to get the job done. I feel like in the previous years, like everybody knew exactly where the football was going, which is cool. Like we had Diggs and we had those guys, Gabe. We knew exactly where the ball was going. Now we have a whole Rolodex of guys that could do it. We could leave the ball in Cook's hand. We could put it in Dalton's hand. We could put it in Knox's hand. We could put it in 13. We could put it on 0. Like we could put it on 10. We could put it on 15. Like we could put it on so many different guys at any point in the game. And I think that that's what is keeping the game more exciting and more fun because nobody know where that ball is going. Like if you have a long down, like everybody knew the ball was going to Stephon. And now since we had the change, it could go to so many different pieces. But I think that you just put it best. It is kind of like a bigger chessboard.
It's interesting when you get into a game like last night. And for you, I mean, you don't miss games, you dominate people. But that's not the way it works for most players. Early in that game last night, when you guys huddle and you're just doing whatever you want to do, could you sense by the second drive, Dion, could you sense like they don't want this smoke? Like this is just going to be our night. Did you know it before it kind of exploded?
Oh, man. I wish that I could say yes. I really do wish that I could say yes. I do think that, you know what? Yes, I would say yes. I think after the first drive and everything worked to our accord because we practice, we have a game plan. So every game we just have to execute our game plan. And when we executed our game plan as fluently and we did, it's a great feeling. Like I know our goal, like when we touch the football, is we want to score every time we touch the ball. Every time the offense gets on the football field, we want to score. So the first 2 possessions when we got on the field and we scored, it was like, all right, this is going in the right direction of the coaches put a good game plan in and we're going to execute this at a high level and it's working. But up front, like as an offensive line, like we had a tough battle. Like I had to play against Josh. And it was a battle every rep. And I know Spencer was battling, Connor, Cybo, and Dave. Like every single rep, like we were battling up front, which made it a good thing for our offense. But since we did our job, it just made it a little bit easier for 17.
I as I was watching the game last night, and maybe I'll sound like a fanboy here, but there's 2 places in the NFL that I always think that if you were drafted there, the people treat you differently. Green Bay and Buffalo. And I'm watching that game last night, like everybody's got a jersey on. And do you ever just think, damn, I got lucky. I got Buffalo. I got Josh Allen. I got a capable I mean, there's a lot of guys come in this league, Dion, and they don't get the coach. They get a bad quarterback. You get traded 4 times.
Right.
I'm watching Buffalo last night. I'm like, man, this thing's going to work for like 8 more years. You may never have to go. And you play the right position. You ever think that, or is that stuff guys like me talk about?
No, that is the honest truth. I'm a true believer in God, and everything happens for a reason. Like I grew up shoveling snow. Then I get drafted to a place where I could shovel snow every day of my life. Buffalo is just that. And then I get the first year I get blessed with the presence of being around Tyrod Taylor and Peterman, and then the following year here comes Josh Allen, and when I'm there, and then it's just like, all right, every piece of this is coming together the right way. Like I had OGs that were around me early, which made me feel like I was supposed to be there to implement what was going to be for the future. I had Richie Incognito, Eric Wood. I had OGs, LaShawn McCoy. Like I had these heavy hitter players that, implemented what they implemented in me early. And then I got to throw it over to Josh and these guys, which now I have a team of leaders that is helping this thing grow. But I do think that things happen for a reason. I am thankful that I am here, and you are correct. With being here, it is extremely unique. The Bills Mafia is one of those places where you could be a lineman and feel like a quarterback. You could be a long snapper and feel like a quarterback as well. And I'm pretty sure that Green Bay is the same way. And I'm thankful for an organization and a community like this that makes us feel like that. Because who doesn't want to be someplace that they're not wanted?
Right.
Like, who wants to be there? But this place makes you feel extremely wanted. So I tip my hat to Buffalo every day. And that's why I give so much passion and I speak with so much passion when I talk about them, because this place is one of a kind. And, yeah. And he did. But everything is better when you're winning. But
I want to talk to you about Damar Hamlin's first his interception last night. That adds a layer. There's a layer with this team. And you talked about God earlier. There things work in mysterious ways. And we watched what happened, how emotional it was. Now he gets an interception. What was kind of the reaction? I mean, that's a pretty special moment in a career. What was that like?
Yeah. When it happened, I didn't even realize it was his first pick. I really didn't. I've seen D-Ham and make plays, but the reaction was exciting. The stadium went crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Three went crazy, and everybody's excitement made everybody excited. So we were all excited just to be excited for D-Ham, which I call him Slam. Like we were just excited to see this kid that has gone through one of the most tragic things in life and then come back and then be playing at a high level and then get his first pick on Monday Night Ball. Like, you can't ask for a better situation. He's showing out in front of the world that has been doubting him and has been telling them, oh, he should never touch the football field again.
Right.
And now he's on the football field and is moonwalking. So I also tip my hat to D. Slam.
He is one of the great left tackles in football. So I do a thing every Tuesday during the football season called the Herd Hierarchy. I rank the top 10 teams. And I got to be honest, you've been more impressive than Kansas City. I have you number 2. I don't know what to do at number 3. Every time I pick a number 3 team, they lose. I have Minnesota, Green Bay-ish in that spot. So I have you number 2. Now, I know you don't want to talk about Kansas City, but out of the corner of your eye, Dion, just like 1%, do you keep your eye a little on the Chiefs? Just a little.
You are my guy, man. You are something else. I would say you can never not look. You can never not look. You can never not peek in and see what the reigning champions are doing out of respect. You can never not do it. I focus on the week ahead. Us as a unit, we focus on the day ahead, which leads us to focusing on the week ahead. But of course, we're not robots. I'm not a robot, and I'm pretty sure everyone does. We all are looking at who won this week, how did they play? How did this guy do? How did he do? Did this guy do well or did he do bad? How is this DN doing? I look mostly at the defensive ends and the D tackles. All I watch is DNs. So I do watch, I do peek, and I do check on these teams, especially the reigning champions. It would not be right if you weren't. We're playing a game where we're all trying to get the ultimate prize. And if the ultimate prize has been held by one team every single year, I'm going to keep my eye on them. I want to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I want to know what they're doing, what they're saying, how they talking in press conferences. I want to know how they acting. I want to know what they wearing. I want to know what type of energy they're bringing to their unit, which is making them be successful. That's just me. Just me.
Yeah. Well, you has got your own podcast studio. By the way, all you
you like the studio.
no, I do. All you athletes out there, Do you notice how good this sounds and how clear it sounds, and get a little free sponsor? I know that company, what it is, they're loving this. So you have just,
for sure,
you have crushed it, and you're not only is Buffalo lucky, you're lucky. That is a great American NFL environment. I love having you on, and I know you're busy, dude, and you got stuff to do, but you gave me time today, and I appreciate that.
I'm honored. I'm thankful, and like how I always say, it's an honor to be an offensive lineman and to do things like this. In this league, the offensive linemen, we don't have no awards. We don't have no trophies. We go to the ESPYs. We go to the NFL honors. We don't get no awards, right? So this is an award. I take this as that. When I'm able to get in front of the world and talk ball and just to be seen, I take it with the most respect, because it doesn't happen. Like, we're not talking about some of these other tackles that have a personality. Like, I'm thankful that I'm in that position to inspire others, and I appreciate that. This is just something that, I watch, I learn, and I say, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And I want whoever's watching to follow in the right footsteps.
All right.
So I'm going to lead you to success.
The pride of Temple. Great seeing you, Dion. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.